Hi guys, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, leave a like and share this video among the world. And right now I'm still waiting for a Linux kernel to build with no security as I disabled it. And uh, first thing, let's check regarding this kernel stuff. Is there any other solutions? Because obviously I will take a water. Okay, guys, I so we can select drivers that we can see, I don't know how, but in theory we can check which hardware we use right now and which drivers it uses, and just leave those drivers in configuration but remove others. Um, okay. There's common settings. Build bootloader. By the way, they use 9 threads. Nice. Wow, nice. Okay. Anyway. Kernel seeds, right? Pre-made kernel configuration files. Uh, Sounds great, doesn't it? Once upon a time, a Gentoo user by the name of Pepe had an idea. Since configuration can take much time out of person's day, why not share generic configuration? Yes, this is perfect idea, man. Um, mm, okay, so setting the environment. Once everything. Figure out additional drivers. Kernel seed URL. Okay, grab the kernel seed configuration file off the internet by using utility of choice. Yes, but where is the kernel seed? They not, but they, along with the tools such as Gin, are helpful for user. What are the okay? Sharing configuration file is easy as putting a link to the file on the internet for any user to download. In Pepe's own words, kernel seeds are a sane make for real world. Okay, so let's just try kernel seed. Okay, it's not very cool. Uh, Kernel seeds again. Seed. Come on, man. Please give a link. You don't want a link. Okay, I understand. Okay, let's just maybe. Uh, okay, and let's grab just one kernel stuff. Vim linux .config. We'll just grab, I don't know, this one. In theory, it doesn't matter. Okay, minimal kernel config. Tinification, right? What should do to generate a minimal Linux kernel? I'm working on embedded Linux system, and now I want to check what is the minimal kernel I can build. So with lots of playing on, now I have the following kernel. Uh, okay. I have disabled some critical kernel codes like sysfs and drivers, so currently I cannot optimization kernel to decrease the kernel. This is normal kernel running on MPU. For now, I'm not running this. Next time I change code manually by desealing, but before that I was to narrow down the key. Okay, nothing cool. Building a tiny kernel with the current. Over time, the Linux has grown, but it has also grown much larger, even with all optional features turned off. The Linux project aims to reverse the trend, making the kernel much smaller to enable ridiculous small embedded applications and uh, other fun uses. Building a tiny kernel. Okay, so here we have some command. Let's try to run it. Mm. Um, size sort. Okay. Um, boot VM Linux. Invalid option minus I. Yep. Okay, no problem. We can remove it. No symbols. 6. Yeah, I don't like it. Is there a way to get a list of features I don't need? Um, Linux check kernel features I don't use. Were compiled. How do I check what kernel options were compiled? Uh, no, this is not what I'm looking. Review the. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Wow, look here, guys. Look here. Tools like make local mod config or make local yes config can help to create a manual based on the models currently in use on your system. Wow. I mean, sounds good. Yeah, sounds what I have wanted to do, to be honest. Okay, let's check that out. By the way, Linux is still compiling. Um, Yeah, maybe I cannot do anything right now because it's compiling, right? But I can just prepare a little bit, so I will grab for this in makefile. I don't have it. Okay. Okay. Then let's search. Um, on current config and loaded models, ls mod disables any module option that is not needed for the loaded models. Yes, that's perfect, guys. So in theory, if we say that basically Linux configurations are about modules, then this command is the one we need. Um, what is this one? It compiles in all the currently loaded models by changing them from M to if something hasn't loaded them yet, they're nothing else. Okay, sounds good, but what is the difference between this one and this one? From kernel readme. Create a config based on current config and loaded modules. Disables any module option that is not needed for the loaded module. To create a local mod config for another machine, not resting. Yeah, that's great. So basically, yes, what he's saying is that, yeah, I mean, I like this solution, right? I really like that. But I have one question. Um, in this config, we have this equals m. What is equals m in Linux config? Linux symbol refers to building a feature or driver as a loadable kernel model. Here's what each symbol represents. Um, mm, okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Mm, yes. So as I understand, we have some essential stuff like this, and we have unessential stuff like this. And basically, mm, so let's just check. VC or grep equals m dot config. Okay, and we say VC, and we say, yeah, and we remember that there is like 12k. So yeah, so it's pretty solid reason to check ls mode. It says show the status. Okay, so what is the status actually used by? Okay, so this, for example, means that this is not used at all, and this one is my. No, I think this is used by. Show the status of models. Program which nicely for the console. What kernel? Okay. So it shows which are currently models are uh, are loaded. So how to get all models, even those who are not loaded, and for this one proc models, so vim proc, no, models. Okay, and so here maybe, okay, we can see live or no. 102, and ls mode gives us 103. So yeah, so this only models that are loaded. So proc modules. List all available modules. Okay. List. Oh my god. Uh, oh, okay, here. Let's leave models. 6.8, right? Um, you can list all module files directly from those. This command will use files in kernel module, including those that are not currently loaded. Oh, okay. So here is the models. Okay, so I don't know. Let's check fs. I don't know. Okay, so let's check. I don't know fat. Okay, so those are actually models. They are not loaded. But I have a question for you guys. I mean, yes, the module is not loaded. So what is the point? If module is not loaded, it is not impacting performance, because it's logic, right? If you don't load module, it's not running any code. In general, if a kernel module is not loaded, it should not have direct impact. Okay, so that's great, guys. So what this means that we actually don't care about we don't care about this because they are loadable. So what it means, they are being loaded, and I believe they're being loaded. Yeah, by the way, how many there are? A lot, right? And ls mod gives us 103. So even we build all of the models, even we build all of them, it is okay. I mean, it is not okay for compilation, right? And if we, by the way, yeah, if we want to compile, I think we are compiling all of them. So maybe we should not compile all of them. So yeah, it makes sense for compile time. So yeah, actually I propose to do it. I don't remember which command, make local, create a config based on current config and loaded modules. Any module option that is not needed for the loaded modules. Okay, so yeah, so we should definitely try this make local. Actually, yeah, I will save it because right now, I mean, Linux is compiling, so I don't. Wow, I spoiled my Telegram. Um, make local mod, and also this one, local yes config. It compiles in all currently loaded. We're changing them from wow, local yes config. Really, it basically just do. Um, okay, so we get a warning here. So yeah, maybe. Okay, so that being said, maybe it will not work because maybe at boot we are loading some modules, but then we unload them. Um, but can I say that? I mean, um, yeah. By the way, okay. First, I want to say that why don't we use just this D message and we'll just say yeah, just ls mod will give us, for example, this is module name, right? Yeah, this one, right? So I'll do sudo message grep this one. Wow, it's strange because uh, I thought it will give me something. This is strange. Okay. This is bad, right? Because if I will compile, even if I will use, if even if I will use this um, local yes, maybe it should give. Well, anyway, we will need to try that. I mean, we can think a lot, but okay, nice. At this point, one tool that can help to achieve this is GitHub mod prompt. Okay, let's check. First, boot up a default distribution kernel and run user bin mod prompt db store periodically or every time you connect some new piece of hardware. Um, then run sudo user bin mod prompt recall, which will load all the modules that were ever loaded when mod prompt store was run. Um, and now you do make local mod config. Okay, so I think we just can make local mod config. Yeah, let's wait for this driver, but I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, let's, I think, just wait. After that, I will run this make local mod config, and I just don't understand what is the difference between this command and another command which we have here. Um, Tools like make local or can help create a minimal configuration based on the modules currently in use on your system. This can be a good starting point for okay. But again, I mean, if the model is again, we don't need it, right? Because what? Because if a model is not lit, it's not impacting, right? So again, it will be good just for compilation. But again, do we really need compilation? So again, we want really to target only mm, only those options who are z equals y. So yeah, which kernel options that marked as I don't need. And I think there is no answer because I mean this config doesn't know, and this config doesn't map those stuff to actual stuff. I mean this variable can, I don't know, have a lot of code base stuff. Actually, let's make sure we have like some src, I guess. No, we don't have it. Anyway, I can grab like this stuff and find it in a code bases, I think. Can I? Oh, I think we will see. But in theory, I think this yep, okay, you can see it. So basically, yes, it's very basic. So you define these variables, and they're impacting code bases. So again, for example, let's see just this file. So this option is defining this option. Uh, this option. So, and this option is used, for example, here. So, yes, so I guess it is not possible. So it is not possible because, again, those options are mapped, are transferred into source code. And when we run our system, um, maybe some functions of yeah, maybe this is a good question. I mean, can we define, can we get functions that are not being called at all? And if we can, it's a good chance that we can disable them. But again, if they are not called at all, they're not impacting anything. So let's just think. So, for example, I have some unused feature. It is not used. So how does it impacting me? If it's not used. If it's not used, it is not called. But okay, I have answer. For example, imagine you have a function, I don't know, some function, and in this function, if you have some kernel feature, then you check something. So basically, it impacts, right? For example, I don't know. Let's make dummy example, stupid example. So let's imagine that there is a check in somewhere that checks that, I don't know, I have a bomb I have connected a bomb or a rocket to my computer, okay? And it checks it, and it checks it in the context of in scope of another function that does something that I really need. But yeah, unfortunately, functions are connected together and they invoke each other. So yeah, basically, if I don't have a rocket, it is stupid to check this every time, right? But from other side, if I don't have a rocket, why do programmers did this function to check it every time? So again, what we end up with, we can um, Telegram is going crazy. So we have some functions that are modules and they load up. So if we disable modules that don't even load up in our workflow, uh, but there is a possibility they load up in boot and then unload. But anyway, if we don't, if we delete them from here or say no, they will not be compiled, right? And they will not be in our kernel, but it will not impact anything from the point of view of performance and also memory. So that is useless. I mean, it's not useless. It's not useless for a memory on a hard disk, and it's not useless for the time of compilation because you will compile it every time. Okay, so we got it. So if we want uh, less memory on disk, and if we want faster compile, we disable modules we don't need. Okay, we answered this question. Let's go deeper. I mean, let's go. We only have three options: equals m, which is models. We discussed it. Maybe we have an option minus. Wow, we don't have an option equals. Wow, wow, guys, it's great. It's great, guys. It's really great. Uh, wow. Why don't I mean no? I thought here the symbol indicates is not will. This means that I don't have any in my config. Nice. So maybe by default everything is built in. Okay. Okay, guys. So I don't know. Um, I don't think we found anything, but I mean that is kind of bad. I mean, mm, we can't. I mean, I'm trying to find a solution that will be not like manual work, but more automated decision and right decisions. So, for example, I want to have a program that will be ran and it will say, "Yo, man, you don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need this." Basically, maybe I can disable mostly all of them. But again, if I will disable, for example, file system, it will not be working at all. So there are must-have flags. So maybe we can search for must-have kernel options for desktop. I will specify for desktop because I understand that um, for embedded we have like okay. Okay, so Intel or AMD, okay? Intel. We have some Intel stuff, okay? Do we have AMD? Okay, we have AMD, definitely. So we obviously um, can say that AMD is not needed for us, okay? Yeah, let's just use grep for this. Grep minus I AMD. How many AMDs? Okay, 104. Okay, Intel. Okay, Intel is better, right? So I should buy AMD because it has less. Processor type. Select appropriate under processor type to optimize CPU performance and compatibility. Okay, by the way, Intel grep equals Y. We see. Ah, only those. Okay. And AMD 28. Okay, so definitely AMD is better than Intel. Okay. Okay, let's go next. Or maybe no, I don't know. File system enable support for ext to ensure compatibility with different storage devices. Okay, so I don't need NTFS, but it's enabled. You know, device drivers enable drivers for your hardware, including graphics card, Intel, AMD, Nvidia, networks. Okay, by the way, Nvidia. Wow, guys, Nvidia. But I don't know. Do I really have Nvidia? Do I really have Nvidia? So maybe I don't need it. But it's equal Y, so it's embedded. Graphics and enable appropriate graphics driver. AMD, nowhere. Intel. Wow. Okay, let's do it, guys. Wow. Wow. Okay, no problem. Intel. Okay, networking. Enable Ethernet. Networks commonly used include wireless devices. If a clip ago. Okay. Config Ethernet. Wow. Okay. Power management. Advanced configuration. Support for power management such as CPU frequency scaling. Suspend, resume. Enable advanced configuration. Suspend and power sync modes. Okay, so I don't need the guy. So ACPI. Oh, nice, nice, nice. It has a lot of this stuff. So I could definitely try to disable those. Okay, I will write it in my notebook. ACPI. Definitely disable. Definitely disable. File system features. Enable support for extended file attributes. EA. ACL. Okay, ACL. Okay. Enable security. Okay, security is disabled. Uh, enable features such as virtual terminal support framework. Okay. Mm, sound support. Okay, sound cars. Yeah, this is very nice. Um, con ThinkPad. Are you sure? Yeah. By the way, I maybe have pipe something pipe fire. Okay, interesting. Enable drivers and support such as keyboards, mice, keyboard. Let's search for keyboard. Nice. I think we should disable this one. USB, enable USB. Okay, let's enable USB. Are you kidding me, USB? Why are you so cool? Config touchscreen. Yeah, so my question is it really like impacting, like, for example, this config touchscreen, okay? Okay, by the way, find minus name dot c. Beep. Hmm. No, guys, I mean it's manual job. I don't want to continue to do it. I mean, yeah, if you have time, yeah, you can do this, but I don't have time for this. Sorry. Um, Perfect kernel config. Um, Kernel flags rebuild rules, but you can set additional by adding them. I cannot remember to my knowledge. Optimal Linux configuration. Uh, what are the best ways to optimize kernel performance? Choose the right kernel version. Haha! Yeah, by the way, if we choose like the version, like the starting, um, like if we check out the first commit, what will happen? Compile, update, tune, optimize. Sounds interesting. One of the first steps to is to choose right kernel version for your system. Different may have different fixes and optimizations that affect system. For newer may support newer hardware, offer better security or reduce system overhead. Where new may also introduce bugs, compatibility, unnecessary feature to yeah, so unnecessary. You should always check the kernel changelog, documentation, and reviews before updating switch to new. Configure another way to optimize kernel performance is to configure kernel according to your system and workload. Kernel parameters are settings that control how the kernel behaves and interacts with the system components. For example, you can adjust the kernel parameters to change the memory allocation, scheduling, caching, networking, or logging policies. However, configuration requires a good understanding of the kernel internals and the impact of each parameter on your system performance. Therefore, you should always back up your kernel, test your changes, and monitor the system. Compile the kernel from source. A more advanced ways to optimize kernel performance is to compile the kernel from source code. Compiling the allows you to customize modules and options that suit. For example, you can enable kernel features that you need or don't need, such as file system, drivers, network, protocols, or security. Yeah, I disabled it right now. You can also optimize the kernel for your specific processor, compiler optimization flags. However, compiling the code requires a lot of time, skills, and tools. Therefore, you should only do it if you're confident and experienced in kernel development. Update the kernel drivers. Another way to optimize is update the kernel drivers for your system hardware. Kernel drivers are programs that kernel control. Updating the kernel improve. For example, New York may fix bugs and change features that or update the may also cause problems such as conflict error crashes. Therefore, you should always check the driver documentation. So this is saying that basically we should use the latest kernel because it is the most performance, right? And I think in general, like the performance is becomes more better, the memory usage becomes more bigger, but we sacrifice memory management to kernel. But I don't really know. I mean, it would be cooler that there will be some options like to give more memory or to give more performance, something like that. Turn the kernel. Another way to optimize kernel is to turn the kernel for your system. As the kernel is a component that decides which process to get run the CPU cores. Turning the kernel scale can improve the throughput. For example, you can choose a different such as deadline, fair, or real time, depending on your system and goals. You can also adjust the scalar parameters such as time slice, priority, or affinity to fine-tune the shell. However, tuning the kernel scalar requires a good knowledge of scalar design and the trade-offs between different scalar. Therefore, you should always benchmark your system performance to test your changes and monitor. Uh, okay, so it says that we can different kernel. So it's I will note this one. Optimize the kernel memory management. Another way to optimize is optimize kernel memory management for your system. Memory, the kernel memory is located and freeze. Optimize the management from For example, you can enable kernel memory such as swap, huge pages, or transparent huge pages depending on your system memory size. And does the memory parameters such as swappiness, mean-free kilobytes, or can be tried to fine-tune memory allocation. However, optimizing memory requires a good understanding of memory architecture and the importance of each memory feature. Therefore, you should always measure your system memory usage, test your changes in memory. As this is based to share example source and insights. Okay, let's check. I don't see any comments here. Okay, pretty good article. I like that. Let's quickly check how to change. Changing algorithm. Check current scheduler. Okay, nice. I can change. Nice. What is this command about? Disk name. Okay, maybe this one. This is my real disk, right? Q scheduler. Okay, so I have a deadline as I understand. And there is another like fail or real time. So how to set it to real time? Let's look. Choose a new scheduler. Linux offers several, including completely deadline and scheduler. Choose a scheduler that best fits for your role. Default scheduler optimized and fairness for fairness and responsiveness. Emphasize meeting your deadlines useful for real-time application or disk-intensive workloads. Older scheduler with emphasis on fairness in disk. So maybe I should use this one, right? Because it's responsiveness. But this one is for input-output operations. Useful for real-time application or disk. I don't know, to be honest, like really. Deadline, okay. Permanently, okay. Yeah, the interesting thing is that we have some grab. Okay, I think that's all for this one. Maybe we can find some other stuff. Opa! What is the best config file for kernel compile? Where can I find good enough default config to compile? You should check out kernel check. It's basically an app that will help you figure out what kernel options are worth tweaking for your particular scene. It will also automatically download, compile, and install the select. Well, this is what I was asking for, guys. Come on. Kernel check, okay. Kernel check. Kernel check pike was created to allow control panels and easily detect device user on updating running. It can be used to promote kernel. Okay, I don't care. I will just clone you and execute. And if this video will stop, then I was hacked. Git clone. Nice. Kernel checker, right? Nice. Nice. Can I run you, please? Tab error. Wow, are you really Python? Kernel check. It's strange, right? That you're giving me some error with indentation stuff. Python 3 compatible. Yeah, it looks like it's Python 2. Can I install Python 2? Or do I have it already? No. Sudo apt install python do. Ubuntu python 2. Okay, we tried it, doesn't work. So let's just check its code. Um, by the way, there is a program Python 2 to Python 3. Mm-hmm. 2 to 3. 2 to 3. Kernel checker. Why don't you is deprecated? Okay, 1 2 2 3. Help fix each fix process list print verbose write back modified files. So I will use -v. It created this backup. So now let's Python 3 kernel check. Line 91. Check 91. Okay, I see you have a tab here, so let's don't have a tab here. Because here we don't have tabs. Um, I don't really like this process, but I want the program. Come to me. Yeah, don't be so scared. Um, are you doing something? Beautify, okay. Yes, yes, I want you to make me indentation. Okay, anyway, let's just look at this code. Kernel checker. Get versions, get installed, get available, unknown method, cannot checkend. Um, get kernel hash is kernel care supported. Care. What is kernel care still? Check. What is this one? What is this one? kernel care. Kernel care is a kernel life patching product that provides security patches. Oh my god, what are you talking about? Needs update, latest available. Oh my god, guys, no, it's stupid, to be honest. It's really stupid. No, I don't need it. If you have a good running kernel that has a built-in support for sort, yeah, I know that, I know. Look the repository if you're using often, have a generic or a huge kernel config. Those are the best choices. Look in the repository of Linux distribution you are using. Huge kernel, those are the best. Okay, guys, I think we can end up on this video. So yeah. So what is the result of our exploration? Use kernel provided by your distribution. If we are talking, of course, about desktop, right? Of course, there are some modules, but again, they're not loaded. So if you don't use some features, chances are that they are not loaded. And there are like we checked like half of the features in config are modules. So we can say with a 50% chance that if you don't use something, it is not taking any performance. That is the first case. Second case, yes, some things are enabled and embedded in the code. Yeah, but to disable them, there is no easy answer, at least in the internet, at least from my point of view. So the only way, if you really want to make performance issue, is to do something I did. So for example, if you remember, I disabled all security related, basically all options with the word security. So I expect that it will remove all security stuff. But am I right? I don't know. So it's better to carefully check every option and understand it, maybe find it in source code, analyze it, and only after that you disable that. Okay, so did you get me? I don't know why. I mean, mm, it depends. It really depends, guys. But again, there is a chance, for example, that there is a feature you could probably disable, but it is a feature that optimizes. So yeah, in theory, we should not disable feature just because we don't need it, because there are features of course that waste our performance, but of course there is features that boost our performance uh, in theory. So yeah, so first of all, half of the all features are modules, so we don't need to touch them. Second of all, of the 6,000 features, there are features that can be boosting. Okay. Second of all, it is a chance that even if the feature is enabled, it is not being used if it is not needed. Okay, and this is the thing that we can really rely on a programmers that write Linux. Okay, so we end up with only one situation, is when you are 100% sure that you don't need something. So in my case, for example, uh, what is ACPI? For my case, I really don't care about security, so I disable the security, but it still compiles, so we will not check it in this video. But also we heard about ACPI, and what is it? Yes, so this is about power management, and I think we also can disable that. So let's quickly check that. Because again, I don't care about power management, I can live without it. So maybe it is a bad, but I don't know. Rep ACPI. Yeah. So here are a lot of them. So I think my next step after checking after disabling security is ACPI. Kernel scheduler, I think it's not good. And again, this make local mod config is useless because yeah, so ACPI is a lot, guys. Yeah, and that's all. So the plan is to finish this compile without security, and after that compile without ACPI. Okay. Um, by the way, I think it's bad that I'm compiling modules because I think I already compiled them. So I can disable all modules, I guess, and compile without them. And I will check that after this compilation. Yeah, you know why? Because I mean we already have them in some folder. I don't remember which one, but you remember, like there is some folder with modules. So I will just keep them as they are and don't compile them again, and we'll see. Mm, yeah, and that's the plan. So press like button, subscribe, share this video among the world, and you're the best, guys. Bye bye, and leave a comment. Okay.